Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Yontah pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam sanjeevayatyakila shaktidharaswadhamna anyanscha hastacharana-shravanatvagadin pranam namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam. Namo bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam. So we saw what is Dhyanam. Dhyanam is Swarupasya Sahajam Bhanam. Natural awareness of our own self. Right? So it is not karma, it is not japa, it is not upasana. So second verse, third verse and fourth verse, Guruji was mentioning why it is not karma, why it is not japa, and why it is not upasana. Okay? Now, having said this, so in the fifth verse, Guruji explained, then Swarupam Satchidanandam Vijanan Swatmano Buddha Tishtati Evam Sada Yogi Swarupena Eva Nanyatha. So, one's own Swarupam, that is, which is, what do you call, mic kam karna thoda, how echo aa raha hai. Sahajam Bhanam, he says, Satchidanandam Swarupam. What is our nature? Satchidananda Swarupam. Beautiful Vyakhyan is there by Adi Shankaracharya ji in Taittiriya Upanishad. Very exhaustively he gave Satyam Jnanam Anandam Brahma. Huge commentary on that. Shankaracharya ji writes, Satyam Jnanam Anantam is Satchitananda only. Now, Vijanan, knowing this, Swatmanaha, of one's own self, of the self only, Satchidananda of one's own self. Knowing this, Yogi Buddha Sada Tishtati, that wise yogis always remain, abide, Swarupena Eva na Anyatha. They abide in their own self. They get never shaken from that state. Up to here, we saw. Now, sixth verse, we will see what the next verse says is Swarupe Dhruda Nishchaye Yatante Sadhaka Janaha Dhyanabhyasena tasyaiva Siddhanto varnyate dhuna. Swarupe dhruda nishthaye yatante sadhaka janaha dhyanabhyasena tasyaiva siddhanto varnyate dhuna. Now, see, what is it sadhaka does now? Sadhakas Swarupe dhrudanishthayai yatante. They constantly, who? The seekers. Now listen carefully. Seekers, what do they do? To abide in their own self, as self. Right? They put their efforts. Now imagine somebody lost their memory, or not completely, but then vague. Some portions of memory they have, some portions they forget. So various diseases are there. So then other people say, you know him, he knows that he forgot. मुझे कुछ याद नहीं आ रहा है, पता नहीं लग रहा है ये कौन है, ये तो तेरा दोस्त है, मुझे नहीं मालूम अभी. So they show photographs and video clippings, but then he is not able to relate. Some portions of memory is gone. Whatever deficiency, whatever is the cause. Now, that man is in a way little suffering mentally because he is unable to recollect, recall, know many things of the past. Sometimes he tries to remember, but he cannot remember. In certain cases, we saw they, after accident, everything before accident, they forget. Now, through some sadhana, for example, they recollect everything right from their childhood up to that particular moment, the memory has come back. Then that person says, oh, now I know who I am. Relatively, not spiritually. अब मुझे पता लग गया कि मैं कौन हूं, मैं कौन था, अब मैं कौन हूं, अभी कनेक्शन बन गया. He feels happy. Thereafterwards, he is abiding in that knowledge that who I am actually. Till that moment, before that moment, he was not recollecting. But once he got it, his perception changed, his ideas changed. He gets some kind of a peace in the mind. Oh, now I know this. Similarly, long back means some trillions and trillions of years ago. From past, so much, not even years actually. Anadi, avidya is anadi. We forgot. So we are actually in a deep state of slumber. We really don't know who we are. But God's grace, we came to know that we forgot who we are. And we believe in that. Suppose you don't believe that also. So we believe that yes, something I forgot who I am. Now I am trying to recollect. So what is the sadhaka does now? He puts his best efforts to negate all the false I's, not ICE, I', which rises in his consciousness. Then he tries to know who he is really, and he will put best efforts to abide himself in that state of his own pure conscious self, higher self. Not the ego consciousness, the higher self. For which, lot of hard work is required. So prayatnam, striving has to be done. Now Bhagavad Gita, how he abides dhyana abhyasena, by practice of meditation, focused attention. The seeker wants to abide himself in his true self. So what is the technique available? Dhyana abhyasa, by practice of meditation. So in Bhagavad Gita, when Bhagavan Krishna told Arjuna, please control your mind, Arjuna, with a little spark of doubt in his eyes, he said, are you joking? Are you kidding? To control the mind, it is as difficult as to control the wind. What are you talking? It is chanchalam, Manakrishna, Pramathi, Balavat Drodam. Four things he gives there. Chanchala means what? Restless. First one. Mind is restless. Okay, let it be restless. Pramathi, turbulent. Not mere restlessness, but it is turbulent. And Balavat, strong. Oh. Dhrudam, unyielding. 4. How can I control the mind? So Bhagavan Krishna says you have to only abhyasa vairagya. Now, Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Patanjali Maharishi says, Dirghakala Nairantaryena Satkara Sevita Drudabhumihi. One sutra comes. How do we gain firm ground in meditation? In making the mind rest on the object of meditation. So there is one sutra. Dirghakala Nairantaryena Asatkara Sevita Drudabhumi. Satkara Sevita Drudabhumihi. Drudabhumi means the firm ground in meditation is learned, gained. First one, Dirghakala. Bas. For long time, it has to be practiced. Not a 40 days course of realization or 1 week course. Dirghakala. Now, Dirghakala means what? That depends upon the gravity of your disease. It could be years, it could be lives. Dirghakala. Number 1. Nairantaryena, constantly, without any break in the effort. It's like we are traveling from Delhi to some center, some place in a car, and you are a Durbhagya. All the good shops are on right side, nothing in left side. So no restaurant, no petrol bunks, and then no cafeterias, and no cafe. Nothing is available. All are available right side. So whenever, and your problem is, whatever shop you see other side, you are tempted. Second bimari. First is what? Everything is on the other side of the road. Whatever we see the shops, some mirchi bhaji they are making, mirch pakoda, tempted. Kolkata pawn in South India, tempted. Whatever shop you see, you are tempted. Unfortunately, you cannot. So what you should do? There is a board, no parking anywhere on the highway. So what do you do? Every shop that you see, wait for next U-turn, maybe 10 kilometers, come back, enjoy. Again, you cannot turn U-turn. Again, go down 10 kilometers behind, then take U-turn. That is called our abhyasa. इससे ज्यादा बेहतरीन उदाहरण मैं कहां से ढूंढ बताऊं? ये तो भगवान दे दिया है उदाहरण. मीनिंग 1 कदम आगे 40 कदम पीछे. One day I meditate, the next 1 week no meditation. And first thing we compromise with what? Meditation and puja and upasana. Not breakfast. Bath we don't take. Think. Therefore, Nairantaryana means non-stop, regularly. Dirghakala, Satkara Sevita. With that kind of Adarabhav, with respect, reverence, devotion, commitment, perseverance. You are Asevita, you are practicing it with all this bhava, with the devotion for a long time. I am not saying, Patanjali Maharshi says, Dirghakala Nairantaryena Satkara Sevita Druda Bhumihi. That is it. Bhagavan Krishna says, no, Shanai Shanaihi Uparamet, Buddhyadriti Gruhitaya, Atma Samstamana Krutva Nakinchidapi Chintayet. This Arjuna, it is not possible in one day. It takes long practice. Gurudev gives one example. A wild horse, a wild elephant, wild, jungly जानवर, हाथी और घोड़ा. How long it will take for us to tame? So much of patience is required and becomes, very, very violent. Because I am used to wandering freely in the jungles, fighting with other animals, eating and skipping and joyful dancing, or elephant, whatever it is, I take a pond bath, everything. I'm just free, I'm happy I am. Now you brought me to a particular place and then herd. I mean, separated from me from the herd, HERD, group of my own friends, and you brought me this. No elephant, no other horse is available, and you arrested me. So it becomes very, 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 very wild. Our mind is like that now. Very wild. And when we sit for meditation, when we feel that mind is cooperating, mind is actually not cooperating with us. Mind is actually befooling us by entertaining what it wants. Ego creates all kinds of thoughts. So you get entertained by the mind, and mind feels I am entertaining you, and you feel it is meditation. Please check again. If they don't know how to switch off, please help others. So this is how the mind reacts. So, dhire dhire, slowly, the wild horse or wild elephant has to be tamed. And once Gurudev beautifully says, once they are tamed, wild horse or elephant is tamed, now see what happens. Even though you wanted to send back that well-trained, cultured elephant back to the herd will not accept it. They don't let him come inside. Why? You are now civilized. So therefore, the well-trained mind of the seeker, tamed mind, never gets enchanted by the worldly objects. It cannot go, and no object will accept the mind. But here also, what ego says, it starts hating. So I hate, I don't like this. That is another game of the trick of the ego. It's not easy. Sadhana is not easy. Ashukshurasya dhara nishita duratyaya durgam patastat kavayo vadanti. It's not easy. Therefore, Atma samstam manakrutva nakinchit. Once you are able to, when you got the technique of collecting the rays of the mind, I don't know either told here or some other. What happened? Our mind is made into pieces, say about not actually in lakhs. Okay, for our sake, thousands, because we cannot imagine. So thousands of pieces mind is divided, and each piece of mind got wedded to a particular object. So our mind is broken into pieces and got stuck up in thousands of objects, not only physical objects, notions, ideas, concepts, paradigms, dreams, projections, fantasies, and your own self created or projected principles, what you call principles of my life. The mind is broken in thousand places, mind is stuck up. Now you are sitting on meditation and you have to collect all that stuck mind mental pieces right now, collect from all these objects, gather collectively, and then turn towards Paramatma. So once you pull one mind piece from one object, the mind gets activated vibrantly in some other object. Already connected, it increases its vibration. It becomes live. I am pulling my mind from object A, then object Z is activated or X is activated. Suddenly you remember X. अब ये X कहाँ से आ गया? So it's difficult to control the mind, to discipline the mind. So we are actually broken into pieces. So when you sit for meditation and you want to concentrate on Paramatma, where is mind first of all? I have to search for my mind. Where is it? Like Gurudev gives an example. A person is standing on platform with 5 children, his children, and a train is about to come and all 5 children and wife disappeared. And wife is searching for wife now. Where is my wife now? Train is coming. And wife is searching the magazine show that there, monthly, weekly magazine she is very fond of. Then okay, eldest son कहाँ है? वो कहीं कॉफी पी रहा है. तो दूसरा बेटा कहाँ है? वो किसी से बात कर रहा है उधर से. Then he has to collect all the 5 plus wife and also look at the luggage. And train has come. To collect all the 5 and the wife and with the luggage to sit in the compartment, it's a hell a lot of task for him. Similarly, for us to collect the mind, it happens during camps for us. Bus is there, one fellow is missing. 2 fellows are missing. Where are they? Mobile switch off. मैंने सोचा 9 बजे निकलेगी आप लोग. अच्छा 8 बजे बोला ना. नहीं, मैंने ऐसे सुना 9 बजे. बस तो घंटा searching. That's why I don't actually like organizing camps. It's a headache for me. Who will go through the hell actually by choice? To collect them is a big problem. Same thing happens with the mind. But there is no other way. What is the other way? No, only abhyasa. Therefore, how to unlock the mind? Meaning, how to release the mind, not unlock. Unlock is the right word, okay. How to release the mind from its locked states, which is locked in thousands and thousands of objects and ideas and notions, etc., gross and subtle. How to release the mind, unlock every prison, to release the mind from that, which is stuck up there. The only best is we have to follow the principles while living in life. They are called Sthita Prajna Lakshanas we have to practice. 13 chapter values we have to practice. 16 chapter values we have to practice. 17 and 18 chapter disciplines we have to practice. 12 chapter values we have to practice. Contemplate on 7th chapter, 9th chapter, and also Vishwarupa 11th chapter. and again digest the 3, 4, 5 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, 3rd, 4th, 5th of karma, jnana, and also karma sannyasa. Then also practice meditation साथ में. इसका मतलब पूरी गीता, पूरी गीता, whole Gita, if you are remembering and trying to practice, then one day we can really unlock, release the mind from its prison. Each tukada man ban gaya na, from each of this. Otherwise, like Jalabharata, all mind is released except stuck up with deer. His mind got stuck up where? A portion of it got stuck up in deer. My dear. Gone. Another life. So therefore, we have to observe where our minds are stuck up. Rigidity is another problem. Very rigid we are. हमने जो सोचा वैसे करना नहीं करना. Rigidity. You can be rigid in some places where by not allowing a child to put his finger in the fire, be rigid. But after 25 times you told still child is crawling, leave him. Once he experiences the burning, he will never go. But our mind is rigid. At home we are rigid. Conflict comes. Rigidity. We just can't be, fluid type mind. So that is called Dhyanabhyasa. Now how to do it? Tasyeva siddhantaha varnyate adhuna. Now principles of meditation, we will now look into it. That's what Guruji is telling now. So adhuna, now let us look into the principles of meditation. Abhyasa karna hai, dhyana abhyasa. But how to do it? What are the principles that we have to follow? I think in 3 days we have seen a lot about meditation. Though it is only infinitesimal part of the total thing, what actually we need to know. A small portion we saw. But that is too much for us to know. Because our kotori is so small. Ocean is big, but you cannot carry the ocean. Why? You can bring water according to your container. एक लोटा लेके गया, लोटा भर के पानी लेके आ सकता बस. Okay. क्रियाशीलः सदा जीवः स्थातुं शक्नोति नात्मनि अकर्मतस्ततः प्रोक्तो विधिर्ध्यानस्य योगिभिः. क्रियाशीलः सदा जीवः स्थातुं शक्नोति नात्मनि अकर्मतस्ततः प्रोक्तो विधिर्ध्यानस्य योगिभिः. Now, see, what is meditation? Abide in self. Okay. Now, why are we not able to abide? One important principle is that sada jivaha kriyashilaha. Papa. Nahi kaschit kshanam api jatu tishtate akarma kartavya. You know, kriyashila means what? Basically, human being cannot keep quiet. We don't know how to be calm and quiet, actionlessness. Karmani akarmaya pashet, akarmani karmaya pashet. So how do I see that? So I don't know. Basic my swarupa is what? Action oriented. Think. I just can't keep, for example, how many of you can listen silently? Meaning without murmuring, without muttering. without commenting, without judging. Silently. No, mind गुरु 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 अंदर से ना वो मोटर चालू करता है. He just can't make me listen quietly. It is a weakness, but ego says it is a strength. Oh. I can give so many examples. That's how the ego catches us, keeps us in prison. Puja Gurudev. Very, 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 very rarely, I never heard, but sometimes, very rare, very, very rare. I mean, rare means rare, rarest of the rare. He would quote other script books, statements from other books when he is talking on a subject. For example, he's speaking on Gita. He speaks on Gita. Upanishad. He speaks on Upanishad. Very rarely he quotes. But why he doesn't want to show his pandityam to others. He is not interested in pandit. He is giving essence. Experience is sharing. Now, from the audience, or other support, or from audience, what happens? When Gurudev is speaking, he picks up the library, mental library, that statement, this statement, that statement, the collection, this is the connection, that is the connection, this is the wrong, that is the wrong. I think this is told like this, this should be like that. Mental, there is no silence there. Oh. Are you understanding what I'm talking? That's how the mind works. So, Kriyashila, Sada Jiva, always action oriented. Therefore, Sada Jivaha Kriyashilaha. Therefore, what? Na Atmani Sthatum na Shaknoti. Atmani Sthatum na Shaknoti. Because Jiva is nature is always action oriented, restlessness is there. So he is unable to settle himself in his own self. Calm and quiet. Settle the mind there in higher self. Park the mind in self. That's it. Mayeva mana adhatsva. That's it. Eva, in me alone. Resting. ये नहीं होता है. Because our habit is what? Since trillions of lives, we are all action oriented. Just can't keep quiet. Therefore, difficult. Therefore, akarmataha, meaning without any action. Akarmataha, jivaha, sada, kriyashilaha. Therefore, because of that, na atmani shaknoti statum. He is not capable of settling himself in his own higher self. The fundamentally problem is that How can I explain? See, in Antakarana is there. In Antakarana, all kinds of experiences, knowledge, Antakarana is filled with, is a box. Imagine it's like a box. Imagine, just for imagination, for our understanding. And that box is filled with all kinds of thoughts, information, experiences, knowledge, and emotions, likes and dislikes. All these things are packed there. It's very crowded. And this is being filled by with from many lives. So the total information, total knowledge, experiences, memory, raga, dvesha, what all we are carrying it inside, it's all garbage. I am holding what? Garbage. Gurudev, for physical body, he says, same thing you can apply. Filth packed in filth is the body, and filthy thoughts packed in that filthy container is called mind. Because that knowledge is of no use. It's just information hanging there. And it is obstructing. Any new, suppose any fresh thought has come for the old knowledge comes and stands before us. When I am there, no, why should you come? You can see it actually when you can really deeply meditate how much this is crowded, conflicting. We have to empty it. And it is not possible in one day. Dirghakala nairantarena satkara sevata drodabhumi. Therefore, I cannot akarmataha, without any action, I cannot remain. They're called defilements. You have to be completely clean system. Right. So, now because Jiva is Kriyashilaha, so Mahayogis, what did they give? Okay, because you like action, some kind of engagement with the thought, we will give you meditation through that process of engaging the thoughts only. Because I am unable to, I am used to generating thoughts, they say, okay, you continue the generation of thoughts, but then we give you what kind of thoughts to generate, how much to generate, and what should be the direction of the thought. All that we will tell. Please follow this method because you are used to it. You cannot give up, so replace it. Food items, some people replace it with something else. So the sugar I cannot take, so sugar free. Replace. But here replacement is such, as I told first day, you follow our path, our suggestions, eventually those thoughts will dissolve. That is the technique. So same path I am giving. Because you are Kriya Shila action oriented, I am giving you some thoughts, you generate them in the meditation, and they will eventually get dropped. Then you become actionlessness. Reality, the self can be realized. Therefore, vidhi dhyanasya yogibhihi proktaha. So therefore, the yogis have prescribed what? The method of generating thoughts towards an object of meditation, which will eventually make that process dissolve those thoughts. Parashuramji's guru, Dattatreyaji. And Parashurama did upasana for 12 years. Tripura upasana. He did 12 years. Then suddenly he realized, how long I do this? Then he went to his guru. कितने सालों से मुझसे करवा रहे हैं सब, मुझे इसी में फिर मैं क्या फंस गया इसमें. Elaborate upasana, worship. Datta said, good that you asked this question. Now you are eligible to drop it. Who said? Guru said, not we. Same question I also get. How long should I do meditation? How long should I do puja? But he went and asked the Guru. But in our case, we decide. एक दिन अचानक मेरे को ख्याल आया, this is not my path. My path is pure jnanam. Means what? Just live freely. You are already that. Have you heard that philosophy in the world? Just free lifestyle. जब सोना है सो जाओ, जब उठना है उठो, जो खाना है खाओ, जो बोलना है बोलो, जो एंजॉय करना है एंजॉय करो. Just that is life, yaar. That is spirituality. One of our Swamis told, he referred somebody, I don't know. Swamiji, he is a senior examination only. He was telling me, Swamiji, वो तो बोलता है कि meditation is not at all required. It's a बकवास है. Just be happy. Just be. What just be? We are actually bee searching for flowers to suck the honey. Dangerous. So therefore we have to say, now in 8th verse, Kriya Rupa Pratiyeta Tathapi na Kriya Vidhi Samyame na hyupadhinam Lupta santi cha tat kriyaha Kriya Rupa Pratiyeta Tathapi na Kriya Vidhi Sanyame nahi upadhinam Lupta santi cha tat kriyaha. Now, it's actually Kriya Rupa Pratiyeta. The Dhyanam appears as though it is a Manasika Kriya. It appears. Now remember, It is too subtle. So, our pursuit of knowledge, listening to Upanishads, Gita, etc., etc., I'm very sincere and dedicated to that knowledge. Now, that knowledge, is it calming my mind or generating more and more thoughts, to read more and more books, to analyze more and more, to compare more and more? What is it doing? Hmm? Bookworm. So Bhagavan Ramaharshi says, my Shastra Vasana ended in previous lives only. Lucky, he said. Shastra Vasana. Shabdajalam Maharanyam Chitta Brahmana Karanam. Bhagavan Shankar said, don't get caught up in Shastra Vasana. Dehanuvartanam, Shastranuvartanam, Lokanuvartanam. Lokavasana is following the trend of the world. Lokavasana. लोग क्या सोचेंगे, जैसे सब लोग है वैसे मैं हूं. And we are all copying the life on लोकवासना only. किसी को नौकरी करते हुए देखा, मैं भी नौकरी करना चाहता हूँ. गाड़ी खरीद, मैं भी गाड़ी कर, घर बना, मैं भी घर बनाता हूँ. किसी ने कपड़ा अच्छा कोई खरीद, मैं भी कपड़ा खरीद लेता हूँ ऐसे ही. कोई घूम रहा है तो मैं भी घूमता हूँ. No problem if you hit yourself also. Your head you can also hit. हम ऐसे कर रहे हैं. लोकानुवर्तनम. देहानुवर्तनम, following the body, dictates of the body. Basic things are to be given, but then no, we follow too many things. Oh, perfume, so beautiful. What is that perfume that you are using? Imported. Switzerland. Oh, where is it available? She is also problem egoistic comparison. I want that. Other lady also very egoistic. I will not tell. Very costly it is and you cannot afford. Huh? Ego पर चोट. It's very difficult to get it. Okay, give me yours. No, it's just over. No, nothing. It just got over. What a stupidity. Lokanuvartanam, Dehanuvartanam, Shastranuvartanam, Shastra Vasana. You read Shastra required, but then उसपे फंस गया तो गया. And you know, biggest bondage is getting trapped into frame of knowledge. Knowledge is necessary, but get stuck up there. I don't want to go beyond. So therefore, in dhyana is such a process given by the rishis. You follow the technique, but it is not kriya vidhi dhyanam. So it is not na kriya vidhi dhyanam. So samyamena hi upadhinam luptaha. So by following this path which is given, by entertaining some japa, etc., etc., some thought flow, some contemplation, I am arresting the mind and diverting it in towards one direction, and eventually samyamena, by control, by samyamanam. What is happening? Upadhi samyamanam, upadhinam samyamena, by slowly, by restraining all the upadhis. Samyamana means control, withdrawing, samyamanam. Yama means control. Samyak yamanam. So very well controlled, restrained. What is happening? Luptaha santi upadhinam. All the upadhis will dissolve. Dissolve means what? Suddenly I recognize I have no body. Now don't get scared. Body dropped, identification. Mind also is not there. Buddhi is not there. Nothing. I have just freed myself. Avadhuta, Ashtavakra Gita says, Ashtavakraji says in Ashtavakra Gita that, O Raja, if you can see your body as an object totally different from you and deeply established in your own Chaitanyam, then and there itself you are liberated. Not a thought. Gurudev says, by merely repeating, I am not the body, I am not the mind, kuch nahi hota bole. How many times you must have chanted, Mano Bodhya Hankar Chitta. ठीक से गाओ, राग ठीक नहीं है, ताड़ भी ठीक नहीं है, सुर मिलाओ. दिस इज आवर फोकस. कितने बार पढ़े होंगे जीवन में? It's a serious business. Business means I'm using the word business. Serious. It's a very serious thing to realize the truth. Upadhinam luptasamchi plus chakriyaha santi cha tat kriyaha, and also all the activities of these things also slowly they stop. Mind, the elephant cannot go back to that herd. The elephant was not interested. वो जंगली वालों के साथ घूमना फिरना ऐसे. I have a disciplined life I am living. I got my den. Puppy says, I got my den. I got my beautiful costly food that they serve. I meet good people. I play in the lap of human beings and my master. And then I am a disciplined life. I go for a morning walk. I walk. What general life you are leading? You पागल है. तो जाओगे? नहीं, I don't want. Classic example given by the great people is that the parrot, that fortune reader, teller in the parrot, the cage. You will carry that parrot with the cards. I asked him in some place, भैया ये क्या सिद्धांत है इसके पीछे? He said, स्वामी जी, बस पैसा कमाना है, रोटी चल जाएगा, ये टाइम पास काम है. ये क्या बताएंगे? हाँ, कुछ बता तो हैं. कभी कभी वो लग गया तो लगता है कि सही बोला. बस मेरी जीविका चलनी है, ये मैंने सुन लिया, उनको 100 रुपए दे के आ गया. ये रखो भैया. मैं कुछ बोला, वो हमारा कुछ भी नहीं है भाई, भगवान की दया है. आप सब लोग वहाँ पे 2-3 लोग हैं, उनको भी सबको 100 रुपये दे दिया. खुश हो गए. बस आज चलो काफी है. 5 रुपए लेके 10 रुपए लेके बात है. And the parrot comes out and he gives a card and he goes inside. He can fly, no? खोलता है. We can fly. I'm used to the cage now. Similarly, we are used to the cage of this body, mind, intellect. We get scared of imagining ourselves without form, without body, without mind, without intellect, pure existence. डर जाता है. हाँ, no support. You are the support of everything. But no body, no form, no subtle body also. Yeah, how will I be? So, therefore, dhyana heyaha tadvruttayaha, Patanjali Sutra. All the vrittis can be removed, deleted. How? Dhyana heyaha. They can be removed, they can be exhausted, they can be annihilated. Dhyana heyaha tadvruttayaha. Tadvruttayaha, bahirmukhi vrittis, tadvruttayaha. By meditation, all the thoughts will become lesser and lesser, and slowly the intensity of these thoughts will reduce. Intensity of the desire, intensity of attachment, intensity of longing, intensity of hate, intensity of likes, slowly they get reduced. Like a fangs of the snake, when they are removed, it can no more bite. Similarly, when they are ragadvesha vyuktaistu vishayan indriyaischaran, atmavasher vidheyatma prasadam adhigacchati. Bhagavan says, you wander in the world, but don't carry the ragadvesha with you. Vyuktaistu vishayan indriyaischaran. Because every vishaya, indriya is carrying ragadvesha. Remove ragadvesha and let the indriyas wander in the world. You are not bound by the world. संयमेन ही उपाधीनाम. Therefore, धारणा, ध्यान, समाधि. उसमें भी सबीज समाधि, निर्बीज समाधि. धारण देशबंधः, ध्यान वस्तुबंधः. So first concentration, and prolonged concentration uninterrupted becomes meditation. And meditation with the form also dissolved, only essence remains, is called samadhi. But sabij samadhi is again the mind manifests, because there's bija, the roots are still there, seeds are there. You may get so many experience, but it is sabij samadhi. Then again afterwards also nirpij samadhi will be there. Then sahajavastha, kaivalya sthiti. Yes, the journey is not a joke. So, therefore, all these things are to be dropped by some thoughts, by japa, by entering or japa or soham or passage meditation. Take up one mantra and contemplate on it. Upanishad mantra, contemplate. Pratibodha viditam matam. Oh, contemplate on this. Oh, in every experience, the truth is hidden. In every thought, the truth is hidden. Okay, now let me contemplate on that. One day I will take up this thought. One day other thought. They are called passage meditations. I take one passage, then I meditate. So many things. Give some kind of job to the mind. Asane nagatir lupta yedendriya kriyas tatha tadatma cha swayam bhati satta rupaschidatmakaha asane nagatir lupta yadendriya kriyas tatha tadatma cha swayam bhati satta rupaschidatmaka. So it's called now practicing stillness. Still, be still. Oh, they're all not modern words. Already you cannot get anything new, I'm telling you. Everything has already been given. So remember all the gurus of the past, rishis of the past, already given everything. So I said, be still. So now, what is the weakness of jiva? Kriya. Kriyashilaha jivaha. So, what is the way? So I must practice asana. Asana means what? Sitting still, without any pain in the body, without any disturbance, without any um, vibrations, without any movement. Be still. This has to be practiced. Now, I'll give you a great Mahatma. He was angered to Gurudev by 8 years. He was a Maharashtrian in Purva Ashram. At the age of 5 years, he walked out of the house and just joined the sadhu gang and walked with them. Just behind, some samskara, pura samskara. 5 साल का था, पीछे भी चले गया साधुओं के पीछे. जो साधु पूछा ये बच्चा कौन है, बोलता कुछ बोलता नहीं वो. So sadhu log took him with them, and he did lot of tapasya in Rishikesh, in Kailash, Dhyanaswarupam, and he got some siddhis, and he did lot of service also to society. Great Mahatma, and he was living in Kailash ashram in Rishikesh during Swami Shivanandaji time. And he used to be very stout man, short and very fat. And he used to feel more hunger. So, Kailash ashram में खाना खाने के बाद, he used to go to Divine Life Society for another meal. And Swami Shivanandaji knew this. आ गया बच्चों, चलो अंदर जाओ, खाओ. And he was a Siddha, a nice Mahatma is. And we met him, that's what I'm telling you. We used to be very close. When we were children, we had an opportunity to be with him. And then, anyway, he and Gurudev were friends. When Gurudev was studying in Rishikesh, this he only told me. But in those days, mobile gibel nahi tha mere haath mein, nahi tha I would have recorded it. So, he was angered to Gurudev by 7, 8 years, but they were friends. And I believe they used to love swimming together, Gurudev and this Mahatma. I'm not telling the name, because the name, if I tell the problem is, you search Google and some other name Baba will come. Then you project your mind, this Baba must be that Baba. Then you cut out the page and set links, and is it he Swamiji? Is the same person? Then I have another inviting work to reply everybody. Why unnecessary nuisance? So no name will be revealed on the stage and off the stage also. Okay? Don't ask privately. क्या है, कौन है वो? कुछ भी नहीं है. क्या बोला? I will ask you another question. What did they say? But you told about, I don't remember now. Okay. That man used to, and in fact, they used to take a plunge from the Jhula into the peak river of Mizra. And Shivanand used to tell, अरे बाबा दोनों ऐसा मत करो इतना तेजी से, जैसे पत्थर की तरह उतर लग गए तो परेशान. No, they say, no, there is some area where there are no stones, we knew. There only we jump. That was very close. They used to swim, and both of them. And he narrated one incident with Gurudev, Puja Gurudev. And in some Shivanandaji ashram mein, a lot of foreigners also would come, and in those days there was jungle only, Rishikesh and all. So plenty of trees, and there are some many statues also are there in the ashram. Beautiful statues of Rishi Muni statues, and meditating statues of some, not plaster of Paris, but मिट्टी से बनी के पेंट गिन डाल के लगाया उधर पेड़ों के नीचे. ऐसा कुछ वातावरण बनाया गया उस समय में. That environment was created. So then one some foreign ladies, some of them came to Shivanandaji, and then they also used to wander, and they are fascinated by these murtis, very beautiful statues here and there, kept there. So they asked Shivanandaji, Swamiji, if you permit him, as we wanted to take that ship, that one particular idol which we saw, very beautiful, and which is that Rishi, that that under that tree there is a beautiful thing, and absolutely very nice. And then if you look at it, then we feel like meditation. So please. Shivanji said, no, I'm busy. Sham ko aa jao, baat karenge. Evening you meet, we'll discuss about it. Then they all came. Somebody has to get it arranged. No? So he goes, Shivanji, Chinmaya. So Gurudev came. Chinmaya or Bala Chinmaya only. He came. And he told European, he showed Chinmayananji, Gurudev, morning you are seen, no, that idol, that is he in meditation. The statue you saw in the morning, under the particular tree you mentioned, that was he in meditation. That is stillness. एंड हमारा दौर्भाग्य प्रारब्ध बैठते ही नाक में दर्द एंड कुजली, या कान के पीछे कुजली, या पेट के ऊपर, पता नहीं कहाँ से कुजली आ जाती है. महाप्रारब्ध. But a great saint told me, nowadays Rambha University not required, one mosquito is enough to disturb your meditation. Why Rambha University need to come? Somebody asked, आजकल Rambha और नहीं आते, ऐसा तपस्या है ही नहीं. If that is challenging Indra, then he will send. Yeah, one mosquito is enough for you. Even mosquito also is not enough. One thought he will drop. Panka may fall on your head. That's it. One thought is enough. Why Rambha Urvashi to disturb our tapas? He said. And same Gurudev. He went to picnic in Madras outskirts long back. That gentleman is recently passed. Great devotee of Gurudev, and he only designed that Chinmaya logo. 56, 54. I mean, 50s May, beginning only. Then he designed, but then after, I think 56, 58 May, not designing logo. In that year, logo was designed before. They all went to one picnic outskirts of Chennai somewhere. Like a beautiful jungle type, and then plenty of trees, and then so they all walked and then had satsang, good food they carried. Joyously they were all returning. Took board the bus from the bushes or all jungle type. Uncle recently passed away. Uncle only told me this, elderly man. He turned back and everybody was there, and then they were counting, everybody, Gurudev was missing. Where did they search in the jungle type, it's a huge area, all thick jungle type, plenty of trees and everything. So then they started searching, Swamiji, kahan gir gaya hai kya, na to kuch hua kya, ya problem. So tension mein pad gaye sab log. After 1 hour searching, and they found Gurudev coming out from the bushes. Beautiful orange color with kadav, tall, thak. They were relieved. Then he asked this, Swamiji, kahan gaye the? No, this place is so beautiful. I was sitting in meditation. Why should I lose this opportunity? So now let's go. So first of all, asanena gatir lupta. If you practice stillness, sitting still, then like for example, you shake the glass, stop, keep it slowly, the liquid in the glass will settle. Now see, Taittiriya Upanishad I want to bring. Taittiriya Upanishad, very important. The Taittiriya says, prana is filling the body, mind is filling the prana. So body is filled with the prana, prana like poured into the body. Into the prana, mind is poured. Into the mind, intellect is poured. Into the intellect, Anandamaya Kosha is poured. तेनैष पूर्णः समायेष पुरुषविध एव तस्य पुरुषविधताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः tasya, like that, all that. So Sharira is filled with prana. Prana is, so now in the body, what container of prana is content. Now body is shaking. What will happen to prana? What will happen? In the prana, mind is there. My prana is a container, mind is the content. What will happen to mind? And in the mind is a container, buddhi is a container, content. Mind is a container. What will happen to buddhi? Like that, if body is shaking, everything is disturbing. And what is in your control? Stula control, body. First make body, which is in your charge, in your control, with the physical, bring it that into stillness. Then comes the mind, mental still. And really mental stillness is achieved. Body need not be, what do you call, to be practiced, automatically it becomes still. Because mind vibrates, body vibrates. Or body vibrates, mind vibrates. But body is kept now still. Now when the body is kept still, now when the prana also settled in the body, just doing its functions, therefore breath becomes slow and shallow, and heartbeat also becomes so slow, very happy, heart is happy. At last, I am happy now. The vehement beating is stopped, blood flow becomes smooth, body is straight. Straight, body is kept straight, of course. That's one thing. Then the mind becomes slowly, mind again disturbed by thoughts. Doesn't matter. You have to again practice what meditation, and eventually mind also becomes still. Mind means again anthakarana becomes still. Body is still, prana is still, anthakarana is still. Therefore, asana is very important. So, yada indriya kriyaha tatha. So, just as indriya kriyaha, all the actions when the body is kept in a place, sitting, posture, like walking stops. When you sit, walking stops. Right? Indriya kriyaha, walking, talking, everything stops. Tatha, in the same way, what happens? Atma cha swayam bhati satta rupaha chidatmakaha. In the same way, what happens when Atman shines in its own glory as Satchida Satta Rupaha Chidatmakaha, meaning Satchitananda Swarupaha Swayam Bhati Tada Atma. When all the activities stop, the Atma shines bright, brilliantly. So stop the mind, Kriya, mental Kriya, Chitta Kriya or mental Kriya, body still, everything. So therefore, we must, asana siddhi is very important. Sthira sukham asanam, Yoga Sutra. Asana should be sthira and comfortable. Then I can focus on the mind. And the mind, mental kriyas also stop. When all the things stop, the underneath that self is there, no? It shines. All the dirt is removed from the container. And the vibrations in the container stopped. Bucket or tub in the daytime. And sun reflects beautifully. Here, stops means what? Mind disappears actually. Mind doesn't exist. Okay? So, first is practice Sthira Sukham Asanam. That is very, very important. How to do it? At the physical level, Krishna says, Ekaki yata chittatma. Ekante Sukham Asyata. First of all, practice solitude. First of all, learn to switch off mobile. Vibrating mode in the pocket during meditation. ब्रर, ब्रर। इतना दिमाग बिल्कुल नहीं है। वाइब्रेटिंग मोड, and it vibrates mind also. So learn to stay in solitude, without mobile, without anything, without landline phone, without TV, with nothing. Just I am alone. Try to just still 5 minutes every day. Practice 3-4 times. Just stillness. That's it. Only being still. How to do it? Focus on the mantra and slowly remove the focus from the body. First body make it. That's why we thought massage we have done. And make the body still. Then switch over to mind. Address the mind. Asana is not good. Teda meda hai. या नहीं तो some uneasiness is there. Then what can body can settle? It can't settle. Okay. विज्ञातं येन वै रूपं निजं शान्तं सुखात्मकं सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि जगत्यस्मिन् न बध्यते। विज्ञातम येन वै रूपम निजम शांतम सुखात्मकम सर्वथा वर्तमान. Now, येना, that रूपम indeed, निजम शांतम सुखात्मकम रूपम विज्ञातम, that by which one would realize nijam, one's own, shantam, peaceful, sukhatmakam, blissful, rupam, swarupa, nature of one's own self, nijam rupam, one's own rupa, which is of the nature of peace and bliss. Vijñātam, realized, known. That method by which the one's own peaceful, blissful Swarupa or the nature of self is realized, that by which it is realized. Yena, by, sorry, not by which, yena, by whom? By whom? Yena, by whom? The one by whom, this one who realizes the self which is peaceful, blissful of one's own self. Sukhatmakam vijñātam, realized. One who realizes, the one by whom this is realized. For him, what happens? Sarvatha vartamanopi jagati asminna badhyate. Even though he is very, very busily involved in all kinds of transactions, he is not bound. Why? He is rooted in higher self. One who knows that by, what do you call it, drinking alcohol, there is no use. So, for example, when I go sometimes out of country, not rarely I go, but then what happens? You are paraded before customs goods. And this becomes ati custom for those who are addicted to it. Because Hai Ram, oh ho, ha ha. But I walk through. Why? I don't want anything, any custom goods. I don't want anything to purchase. I just walk out. And walk out and stand. Other fellows are inside. मैं फोन करता हूँ, कहाँ यार, स्वामी कुछ चीज देख रहे हैं, एक मिनट आइए, एक बच्चों के लिए कुछ ले रहे हैं, इसका मोबाइल का देख रहे हैं, ये अच्छा इम्पोर्टेंट, भाई चलो ठीक है भैया, मैं बैठ जाऊंगा वहां पे, बेल्ट के पास आ जाओ, सामान लेके जाएंगे. So, in the Jagati, when we are transacting, we are moving, we are tempted by everything. Smell of pakodas, a picture of jalebi, sound of a music. Oh, and even the sound of somebody wearing the chappal, tuck, tuck, tuck. अरे कौन सा चप्पल है पहने टक टक अरे मस्त है वो तो Excuse me, ma'am, where did you purchase this? देहाभिमाने गलिते विज्ञाते परमात्मने यत्र यत्र मनोयाति तत्र तत्र समाधयः. When the body identification is dropped and having known the truth, Vijnate Paramatmane, wherever yatra yatra manoyati, wherever the mind wanders, tatra tatra, then and there only he is experiencing samadhi. Because why? He has understood the true nature of everything. And the true nature of everything is what? The ultimate essence only. Rest all is superimposed illusory objects. He has realized it. Essence he came to know. Think. And therefore, no, sarabhutaschitam yomam bhajatyekatvamasitah sarvadha vartamanopi sayogi mai vartate. Gita shloka. Sarvadha vartamanopi sayogi mai vartate. Even though he is engaged in all kinds of actions in the world, that yogi is only living in me. Mai vartate. How? Because sarabhutaschitam yaha mam bhajati ekatvamasitah. The one, the me who is residing in all beings, he has understood that and he has known me and is worshipping me, one who is seated in all beings. Such a person, sarvatha vartamanopi, even though he is engaged in all kinds of activities in the world, he is not bound, he is actually living in my consciousness, in my awareness, he is in me. Mai vartate. He is rooted in me. Next. Tatram ko moha kashoka ekatvam anupashyatah. One who has seen the ekatvam, where is the question of shoka, moha and the... Okay? So, would you like to sit for meditation or conclude today? दिल से बोलो. Don't be stoic silence, ऐसा dangerous है. For 10 minutes? ठीक है. So sit quietly. So bring pleasant disposition. Quickly relax all the parts of the body. Mentally chant the same mantra. No need to change for practice. You can have later on your own mantras at home. So Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Chant mentally. If the mind is disturbing, chant loudly in the mind. You can bring a musical tone to your own chanting. A musical tone if you think that will help. Increase the pitch if you feel the energy of the mind is still there hidden beneath the chanting, and it is also bringing all kinds of thoughts. Let the total mind involve and chant Sri Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Now, slowly you separate yourself from the mind and see the mind is chanting. You are not chanting. Observe your mind is chanting. You are just witnessing the chant. Bring your focus only to chanting. Just ignore all kinds of other thoughts. You are just witnessing the chanting in the mind. If thoughts come, let them come. Don't follow them. You focus only on the mantra. If necessary, command the mind to chant more louder, but you are not involved. You are just witnessing it. You are sitting on a top of mountain, up above and down below. At the foot of the mountain, a loudspeaker is chanting Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. You are not chanting, but listen to the chanting. This practice slowly makes us understand I am totally separate from the mind. I am much, much above the mind. Like a child is given a toy to play by the parent, you are given this mantra to the mind for chanting. Let the mind play with the chanting in different tones, whatever way, louder and louder if necessary. But you are witnessing it, you are not the chanter. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you.